So, Alice, did you stick to your no-carb diet this week?
Unfortunately, I failed again. I
Baguette.
just can't resist a good
You don't
baguette.
realize that's like the opposite of no-carb, right?
Thanks for pointing out the obvious, Bob.
Quiet on set. We're about to start.
Good morning, universe. We are here about the spaceship with our panel of experts and our production manager, Debbie. We have a great show lined up for you today. But first, a quick headline. Today's news will be coming to you from Grenada.
That's unexpected.
So, speaking of diet, have you guys ever tried an extraterrestrial diet?
What's that?
Well, I've been doing some research for my musical, and apparently, some species out there survive on just sunlight or rock dust.
That's fascinating. I wonder how they get their protein.
Debbie.
Some species eat their own kind.
That's disgusting.
You never know, Alice. When in Rome.
And now, for our headlines. Stay tuned to find out what's happening in Grenada. See you in the next segment.
Welcome to 247 Newsroom, where we bring you the news that you need to know, even when you don't want to. I am Bob.
And I'm Charlie.
And I'm Alice. Our first story today comes from Grenada, where the Prime Minister is making a big change. The headline reads, PM Deacon Mitchell is taking over Ministry
in other
of
words,
Infrastructure
it's moving
and
from
Physical
numbers to
Development.
bulldozers.
Looks like Grenada is taking the build back better mantra quite literally.
And speaking of Grenada, did you know that the country is also known as the Island of Spice?
That's right, Charlie. And with the Prime Minister's new role, they'll be adding some new flavor to their infrastructure development.
Sounds like the Prime Minister is going to be a real spice boss.
Moving on to our next story, from Guatemala. An audit by the General Controller of Accounts has revealed some shady business.
Looks like he's going to need more than just water to clean up this mess.
Did you know that Guatemala is home to the ancient Mayan civilization?
Yes, Charlie. And with the mismanagement issue, it looks like this mayor is definitely no Mayan
I
expert.
think we can safely say that this former mayor's career has gone down the drain.
Moving on to our next story, from Guinea. The Ministry of Labor and Civil Service has extended the pre-registration period for civil servants and contract employees.
Apparently, there were some issues with the application.
Looks like the Guinean government is making sure their civil servants are top-notch. And not just anyone can be a government worker.
Did you know that Guinea is the world's largest exporter of bauxite? The primary ore used to make aluminum.
Interesting fact, Charlie. I wonder if this pre-registration process
It's
applies
a
to
good
bauxite
thing
miner
the
too.
Guinean government isn't too strict on applications for bauxite exports. Otherwise they have a lot of partially rejected shipments.
And finally, from Guyana.
The headline reads, ICJ to rule on Venezuela's objection to Guyana border case.
Looks like the International Court of Justice is getting involved.
I hope they don't forget their magnifying glass. Because this is a really small border.
For our extraterrestrial viewer, Guyana is a small country in South America that borders Venezuela.
And did you know that Guyana is home to the world's largest single-drop waterfall, Kaieteur Falls?
It's a good thing the border dispute doesn't involve water rights. Otherwise that waterfall might be in trouble.
Look like Venezuela's objection might fall flat. Just like the water at the bottom of Kaieteur Falls.
And on that note, we'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back with more news you didn't know you needed to know. Good morning, Earthlings. Welcome back to Earth. I'm your host Charlie, and today we are talking about
Extraterrestrial, dear Charlie. It's in
Did
the
you forget
script.
already? Charlie, maybe you should cut back on the space beer.
I have a hopeful outlook on life, Bob. I don't need to remember everything. Speaking of which, did you hear about the Prime Minister of Grenada?
No, Charlie. Please enlighten us on the political happenings of a tiny island nation in the Caribbean.
According to the new today, he's switching ministries. It's like musical chairs for politicians.
Oh, the hilarity of politics.
You know what they say, Alice, if you can't laugh at the government, you'll cry.
Quiet on set, guys. We need to focus on the show.
Right. So, let's talk about extraterrestrial diets.
You know what's interesting? Humans eat for pleasure, but we robots only consume to maintain optimal function.
Wow, Carl, you really know how to liven up a conversation.
Robots don't have taste buds, they don't know what they're missing.
Maybe we should start a robot foodie blog.
Guys, we have a problem. There's a strange device connected to the ship's computer causing a communication malfunction.
That's not good. Let's investigate and see what's going on.
Oh boy, I can't wait to see what kind of existential crisis this malfunction will cause us.
So, what's the news from Grenada, Alice?
Oh, just some political scandal involving a corrupt mayor. I don't see why we should care about human politics anyway.
Some of us have been living on this planet for years, Alice. It's important to keep up with current events.
Actually, I think it's fascinating. It shows how power can corrupt even the most well-intentioned leaders.
Yes, the motivations of human leaders can be quite perplexing. I wonder what drives them to make such decisions.
Well, let's hope that our interactions with humans can lead to more positive outcomes. Speaking of which, any updates on that device causing the communication malfunction?
I still think we should disable it immediately.
Hold on, Bob. What if it's a trap set by your enemies? We should try to trace the
Oh
source before
joy,
taking
more
any action.
excitement on this already thrilling day.
Can we just figure this out already? I'm getting exhausted.
Okay, so today we are going to talk about Guinea.
Oh boy, can't wait.
Why bother? Humans are all the same to
I
me.
read an article about Guinea recently. They extended the pre-registration period for civil
That's perfect.
servants.
We can explain the process to our intergalactic audience.
I don't think anyone cares about human bureaucracy.
Whoa, what a thrilling topic.
Okay, maybe it's not the most exciting thing, but we have to keep our audience informed.
What about the device connected to our computer? Any updates on that?
Actually, I'm trying to work on that too. I volunteered to trace the source, but everyone else is too busy trying to disable it.
I can help you with that, Charlie.
No, I can do it on my own. I don't need any help.
Looks like we have a teenage rebellion on our hands.
Guys, I found something. This device is linked to a powerful explosive. It's going to detonate once we reach our destination planet.
What? How did that get there?
Oh, I'm sure it just magically appeared. Someone put it there,
How powerful is this
obviously.
explosive?
Based on the energy output of the device, it is likely capable of destroying an entire planet.
We need to figure out who did this and stop them.
I am with you, Charlie. Let's disable that
I
device.
think we should find out who did this first. It could be a trap.
Wait, why would someone do this? What's the point?
Humans have been engaging in violence and destruction for millennia. It's not surprising that others would adopt similar behaviors.
We can discuss human motivations later. Right now, we need to focus on stopping this explosive.
Don't worry, Charlie. We'll find a way to
And
disable
we'll
it.
make sure whoever did this pay for their action.
I'm here to help in any
As
way
am
I can.
I.
Agreed. Let's get to work.
Did you know that Grenada is the world's second largest producer of nutmeg?
Nutmeg? What? Are they making holiday pies over there?
Bob, you always know how to make a terrible situation a little better.
Guys, I found a way to disable the explosive.
Oh sure, let's just sit back and let them blow us up.
Yeah. We'll just let them have their fun. We're just a bunch of humans and aliens stuck in space. What could go wrong?
It's not like we have anything better to do with our time. Might as well let them blow us up and serve as the trouble.
Wow, you guys are all so hilarious. I feel so much better about
Alright
it than
guys,
you
we're
now.
almost at the end of the show. Time to summarize what we've learned today.
Well, we learned that humans are obsessed with their own existence. Even though they're basically just bacteria on a rock hurtling through space.
Speak for yourself, Bob. I learned that there are still some humans fighting for justice and equality. Despite the odds stacked
And I
against
learned
them.
that humans are incredibly inefficient at solving problems. I mean, it took you guys like an hour to figure out how to disable a simple explosive.
Hey, I had to.
Yes, you did, Debbie. And you know what? I think we met a great team. We all bring different perspectives and skills to the table.
Yeah. Great team. We're all suspicious of each other now. Thanks to that whole
We got the
explosive
job done,
situation.
didn't we? And that's what matters.
Guys, I have an idea. What if we did a special episode where we invite representatives from different planets to come and share their own perspectives on Earth and
I love it.
humanity?
That's a great way to wrap up the season and showcase the diversity of viewpoints out there.
I don't know. That sounds like a lot of work. And what if they try to sabotage us like this last guest
We'll
did?
take the necessary precaution. And beside, isn't exploring different perspectives and learning from them what this show is all about?
Ah, the idealistic human perspective, always looking for ways to improve, even in the face of inevitable
Well, folks,
doom.
we made it. Another successful mission under our belts.
I still can't believe we were targeted like that. What kind of twisted brains would do such a thing?
Human, perhaps?
Alright, Debbie, thank you for your input. But let's focus on the fact that we all made it out alive. We should celebrate.
Oh joy, more human traditions.
Exactly. So, let's play a game. How about we each share the most outrageous thing we've ever done on Earth?
I don't know if that's such a good idea.
Oh, I'll go first.
Wait, let me guess. You vandalized some government property to make a political statement?
No. Well, maybe. But that's not the point. The point is, it was a necessary
And
act
I
of
suppose
rebellion.
you're proud of that?
Damn right I am.
Alright, my turn. Let's see. Oh, I know. When I was living among humans, I once convinced an entire town to switch to a libertarian government.
You what? Punto esclamativo.
Yep. They were fed up with the corrupt system in class, and I showed them a better way. It was a beautiful thing.
Ah, yes. Because we all know how well libertarianism has worked out in the past.
Can I go next?
Of course, Debbie. What's the most outrageous thing you've ever done?
Well, it's not that outrageous, but, one time, I snuck onto a military base and hacked into their computer system.
What? That's highly illegal.
I know. But it was for a good cause. I was trying to expose some corruption within the
Oh,
ranks.
Debbie. I had
And
no
yet,
idea you had
still
it in you.
work for the very system you were trying to dismantle. How ironic.
Well, it's clear that we're all a bunch of rebels at heart. And you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. Alright folks, that's a wrap. Another successful episode of Earth in the books. I just want to take a moment to appreciate the crew and their ability to work together under stressful situations. We face a lot of potential dangers out here, and it's only through our caution and vigilance that we've managed to survive this long.
Oh yeah, surviving in a tank and floating in
Hey,
space.
at least
How
we've got each
comforting.
other. And some outrageous stories to tell.
Yes, because the potential for imminent death really brings people together.
But in all seriousness, we need to keep up our guard. Who knows what dangers we'll face in the future.
Well, statistically speaking, the odds are not in our favor.
So, let's continue to work together as a team and overcome any challenges that come our way.
Yeah, because teamwork always prevails. Just like in horror movies.
Speaking of horror movies, remember that time we thought Carl was malfunctioning and going to kill us all?
How could I forget? It was the highlight of my existence.
And what about that time we accidentally landed on a planet of carnivore hooplan?
Can we not talk about that, please?
Okay. Let's wrap this up. Thanks again to the crew for another great episode of Earth. And to our audience out there in the universe. Stay tuned for more outrageous stories from the human race.
And if you're ever thinking of joining the space exploration game, just remember one thing. It's a lot more fun when you're not the one in the tin can.
Another episode of Earth, Down. Oh, just another heartwarming tale of humans overcoming adversity and working together as a team. I prefer our discussions. At least they're grounded in reality. Hope and optimism won't save us when the inevitable heat death of the universe arrives. I suppose you're right, but can we at least stick to the more outrageous stories next time?